Right? Just another viral clip with funny voices and flying crocodiles? But what if I told you that watching, laughing, or sharing these memes could be one of the reasons you stand before Allah on the Day of Judgment, shaking? And these weren't just harmless fun, they were traps, spiritual traps, disguised as entertainment. Look, I get it. You're scrolling, tired, brain dead after school or work, and boom!
Trallallero trallalla
Pops up. You chuckle. You share it with a friend. You move on. But you didn't realize it was mocking Allah. Yes, mocking your own creator. Why does no one talk about this? Why are we, the people who say La ilaha illallah, letting these AI-generated memes make fun of Islam, Allah, and even the pain of Muslims in Gaza? Let's start with what these memes actually are. They're part of a trend called Italian Brainrot, a mix of AI-generated characters, chaotic editing, and insane voiceovers in broken Italian English. Funny, sometimes. Harmless? Not even close. Let's talk about Trallallero Trallalla, a weird, three-legged shark with Nike shoes, dancing around while the voice says,
Trallallero trallalla Porco Dio e porco Allah.
Porco Dio e porco Allah. Translation, damn God, damn Allah. Let that sink in. You're laughing at a joke that literally curses Allah. Then there's Bombardiro Crocodilo. It's a crocodile with bomber wings, and the audio says something like,
Bombardiro crocodilo. Un fottuto alligatore volante che vola e bombarda I bambini.
He bombs kids in Gaza, doesn't believe in Allah, and loves bombs. Really? Mocking Palestinian children dying in airstrikes? Joking about not believing in Allah? This isn't just edgy humor. It's Shaitan's content plan. He knows he can't get you to stop praying overnight. So, what does he do? He gets you to laugh at Allah, even casually. He gets you to disconnect from Muslim pain, even sarcastically. He wraps it all in haha, and dopamine hits. You don't feel anything wrong when Allah is mocked. You don't cringe when Gaza is made into a cartoon. You just scroll. And that is how the heart dies.
Story behind Labubu. Officially, creator Kasing Lung presented them as quirky little monsters, but what the public doesn't know is that he was once a pathologist obsessed with the death of children. Over the span of 10 years, children disappeared across Asia, always without a trace. No bodies, no evidence, no answers. When the disappearances were finally linked to Lung, it was already too late. His apartment had been turned into a macabre laboratory, the walls covered in children's drawings, blood-soaked stuffed animals, and hundreds of Labubu figures. Inside each toy was a carefully engraved name, invisible to the naked eye but revealed under UV light, the names of the missing children. The most horrifying discovery was at the core of each figurine, a tiny, hermetically sealed capsule containing a real, mummified child's heart. Lung claimed they were souls whispering to him, and that the toys helped the children stay with him forever. After Lung mysteriously vanished, the Labubu figures somehow made their way into the market. People who buy them often report intense nightmares, whispering coming from their closets, or the unmistakable feeling of being watched. A mother from Singapore even claimed her daughter began drawing Labubu before they ever owned the toy, and in her dreams, it told her its name, one that matched a real missing child. Labubu may look cute, but every grin hides the silent scream of a child that never got the chance to grow up.
Parent. Roblox is demonic. It is filled with satanic games inside of it. This is a warning to parents. Now, you may have seen my previous video on the demonic games inside of Roblox, but now there's another one. This game is filled with satanic imagery. And I already know what people are going to say. They're going to come on here and they're going to say it's just a game, it's just for fun, you're overreacting. But the truth is, it is not just a game, it is spiritual. And when you participate in demonic activities, whether it's movies or games, you are opening up the door to spiritual darkness. So parents, pay close attention to what your kids are playing. Now, there are some games in Roblox that are just fine, but you need to be aware of what your children are consuming, because the enemy is trying to snatch your children. The enemy is trying to steal your child's destiny. The Bible tells us to be alert and watchful, for the enemy prowls around like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. So you must be alert and you must be watchful. Pray over your children, be aware of what they're consuming, and share this with another parent.
While Roblox is widely known for exposing children to inappropriate content, it's not alone. Many other games like Gacha Life, Poppy Playtime, Garden of Banban, and certain Minecraft mods also carry dark, disturbing, or immoral themes disguised as fun. These games can slowly desensitize children to violence, magic, horror, or identity confusion, all of which go against Islamic values. Muslim parents must stay alert and know what their children are playing, not just what it's called.
Cocomelon. It's like a baby's kryptonite, but not without consequences. Shows like this are scientifically designed to catch your baby's attention. Bright colors, catchy tunes, and fast-paced repetitive patterns that hijack your baby's brain. When developers create these shows, they actually sit babies in front of a monitor and capture their reactions. If a baby turns her head away at a certain point, they'll tweak the show to keep their attention. The ultimate baby trap. Now, every time your baby hears this theme song or sees the vibrant animations, it triggers their reward system releasing dopamine, and that's a feel-good chemical. Dopamine reinforces behaviors, so when your baby gets a little brain high from that show, they start associating it with happiness and comfort. Too much of this can overstimulate their developing brains. This can make it harder for them to focus on real-world activities.
Their brains get rewired to crave that fast-paced, high-reward input.
So let them enjoy the catchy tunes, but balance it out with hands-on playtime, books, or even baby-led chaos around the house. That way, they're not just entertained, but growing, learning, and building those essential skills.
That's causing controversy in schools across the country for causing distractions. Think less iPhone and more. Actually, we're not really sure what this is, but the so-called fidget spinner is all the rage. It's a three-pronged metal, sometimes plastic, toy that spins around while balancing on the thumb. If you remember troll dolls or slap bracelets or even rubber bands, chances are you agree with me when I say our weird stuff was so much better. Still, fidget spinners sold at convenience and toy stores started as a tool for students with ADHD to reduce classroom anxiety. Chicago Tribune reports some teachers think these spinners are having the opposite effect. I mean, just look at how frustrated this cat is. Kids are kids, and while anxiety may be down, distractions are up, as is trading these spinners like they're baseball cards. These spinners aren't toys though, and schools are resorting to banning them from the classroom.
Puppet toys for Muslim kids. One hidden LGBTQ symbolism. Many puppets are made in rainbow pride flag colors, subtly promoting ideas contrary to Islamic teachings on gender and identity. 2. Addictive behavior. Kids often get obsessed with popping patterns, leading to screen-like addiction and time-wasting habits, even during Salah time. 3. Emotional disconnection. Claimed to reduce stress, but in reality, disconnects kids from healthy emotional expression like talking, journaling, or turning to Allah through dua. 4. Loss of focus. 5. Marketing hype and peer pressure, fueled by YouTube and TikTok trends. Kids are pressured to collect them all, or have the latest shapes, colors, promoting consumerism and envy. 6. Normalizing wasteful behavior. Endless popping becomes meaningless repetition with no learning value. Contradicts Islamic teachings on purposeful actions.
That the whole Grimace incident thing could be a lot creepier than you could have ever imagined. Now, this is a trend that's going around the internet where people are pretending to like unalive themselves and trespass in abandoned buildings and sewers just to get a couple views on their TikToks. But back in the day, Grimace used to actually be called Evil Grimace, and he had 4 arms and would go around terrorizing children and taking their shakes and other beverages. Now, this character was so creepy that they had to remove him from the original cast, and he wasn't reintroduced until 1972 when they took away 2 of his arms and took the term evil out of his name. Now, this could be a whole trend that McDonald's has been paying influencers to push on the internet just to sell like shakes and things like that. But either way, we can definitely pull from this that Grimace is a lot more evil than we could have ever imagined.
The internet is a truly vast and ever-expanding landscape. Every once in a while, it throws up some truly peculiar trends. One such phenomenon is Skibidi Toilet, a YouTube series that emerged in 2023 and quickly captured the imagination, or should we say, the attention span of a younger generation. Beyond its surface-level silliness, Skibidi Toilet boasts a surprisingly deep well of lore, fan theories, and a bizarre charm that has cemented its place in internet history. I originally thought that this was simply just some stupid trend targeted at kids. However, when I looked into it, it was much deeper than that. The amount of views these videos are getting is insane. To put it in perspective, just in the last 30 days, these videos received over 400 million views, placing them in the top 25 channels on all of YouTube. Why and how are these videos about a head coming out of a toilet so popular? I had to understand the story behind it. This is the dark story behind Skibidi Toilet. It all began with Alexei Gerasimov, the creative mind behind the YouTube channel The Fuck Boom. In February 2023, 2023, Gersamov released the first Skibidi toilet video, a chaotic introduction to a world where toilets weren't just porcelain thrones, but sentient beings with a grudge against cameramen. There was almost a video game-like aesthetic to the series. This, coupled with the nonsensical plot and fast-paced action, resonated perfectly with the new generation. While not officially on YouTube Kids, Skibidi Toilet became a playground for these digital natives, a gateway to the strange and often nonsensical world of internet culture. From the beginning of the series, the toilet's features tend to contort into horrible, unnatural smiles, giving the impression that they are either an alien species invading Earth or a virus. The conflict has a nihilistic nature, therefore
Muslim children today are heavily influenced by online influencers who constantly showcase luxury, expensive gadgets, and endless shopping. This creates unrealistic expectations and fuels a mindset of materialism and dissatisfaction. Kids begin to measure success by wealth and popularity rather than deen, character, and contentment. Islam teaches us to be humble, grateful, and avoid extravagance. But influencer culture normalizes the opposite. Parents must help children value simplicity, generosity, and the true riches of Iman.
Before we start, please don't try any of these at home. Alright, so first we have the Skull Breaker challenge, and the name says it all. Because all you had to do is kick the legs of the person standing in the middle of a group, causing them to fall and hit their head on the ground. Next, we obviously have the Tide Pod challenge, where kids would film themselves eating Tide Pods, which was super toxic, and around 6 kids ended up passing away. And finally, we have the choking game. Kids would literally stop breathing for as long as they could to get some sort of high, which obviously caused several deaths because they weren't getting enough oxygen to the
dancing
brain.
Challenges are affecting Muslim kids. 1. Makes kids dance to music with vulgar lyrics. 2. Encourages boys and girls to copy inappropriate moves. 3. Weakens haya, modesty, a core Islamic value. 4. Pushes kids to seek fame instead of faith. 5. Normalizes following influencers over Islamic role models. 6. Distracts from Quran, Salah, and good character.